Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrell. Had a technical issue with the sound, but we're back. Marek Deska is still on the mound. Pitch is just outside. Avery Tuck is the batter for the Barrie Baycats. Ryan Rios on deck. That pitch is fouled off.
Look out. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see now how Deska is kind of able to, if he can settle in after putting up 0 in the second inning. Now he's got a 4-run lead because that one's driven.
Pretty well. Marcus Connect is giving it a look, and it's gone. Solo home run, Avery Tuck. And the Barrie Baycats are within 3.
The designated hitter for the Baycats, Ryan Rio.
Ryan Rios the batter. Deska has given up 4 runs so far in the first 3 innings. Nobody out on top of the 3rd. Pitch is low and inside.
Yeah, Rio singled back in the first. As part of that 4 straight hits to lead off the game for the Baycats. Not sure if the score will be 20-19 in this one, but it could be a pretty high-scoring affair. Both teams' bats seem to be clicking early on.
Remember that one?
How could you not? We appreciate those of you who are tracking along here, joining us. We had some audio issues, so had to end the last stream and start anew. We appreciate your patience.
Pitch is strike 3 called. Rio goes down looking. Another strikeout for Deska.
Now batting number 13 for the Baycats, third baseman.
Yeah, and that's just a great job by Deska, commanding a pitch and getting one right on the corner. And not sure if the ump did him any favors there or not. We're too far up here to really see. But regardless, a big strikeout there on Barrie's best hitter, a guy who has a ton of potential to rip one over the right field wall. Or, in fact, just hit a double. That's more his specialty. And so to get that out is big here, especially after allowing that home run.
You got the feeling right from the start that this series was going to be a run-scoring affair. The Leafs already have 7 in the first 2 innings. Neither of these teams would consider their strong suit the pitching. It's all hitting, especially for the Leafs led most offensive categories this year.
Lively crowd tonight out here at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts.
Pitch is in there for a strike, 2 strikes.
And this is the part of the lineup here. It's very tough to navigate. If you're a pitcher, obviously you've got Lacasse and then Infante, and after him, Burns. His next couple hitters not easy, but back-to-back Ks would certainly help that.
Swung on a miss, back-to-back strikeouts.
First baseman Branfy Infante.
Branfy Infante, the batter now with 2 outs and nobody on.
And this is really good to see from Deska, right? You allow a leadoff home run and then come out with back-to-back Ks afterwards and get yourself in a nice position here. Nobody on, 2 out, and you know what? You still got a 3-run lead here if you're Toronto. You find a way out of this inning, you'll be in a decent position heading into the bottom half of the 3rd.
We were talking earlier on the subway ride over, Jackson, about the importance of Game 1. Obviously, it's important to win Game 1 because this is a 3-game series, but it's more than just that. It's the fact that each of these teams has two solid starting pitchers. Benitez is the other one for the Barrie Baycats. Justin Cicatello, who you may have seen pitch an absolute gem, 7 scoreless in the series versus the Hamilton Cardinals. But the third starter is not really in the picture.
Well, in a 3-game set, it'd be interesting to see if it would go to 3, what would happen in that case, how the managers would deal with their pitching staffs. But also, you got to talk about, too, with both these clubs, how this game could affect the pitching staffs down the line in terms of how healthy your bullpens will be.
A great point. And seeing where the score is at right now, a team that can use the least of their bullpen sets themselves up for success in game 2 as that pitch is in there for strike. Deska pitches, hits one on the ground, gobbled up by the third base coach, fouled off. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes on Branfy and Fonte. Deska looks in, looking to get Branfy and Fonte. The pitch, just high, ball 4.
And a great job there by Infante. Great AB. Gets it to a full count, able to foul off a pitch, stay alive, and ultimately get on base. Deska unable to get 3 straight strikeouts, so he'll have to keep working now. And that pitch count continues to climb. Like we talked about, Thomas, the attrition in the bullpen is going to be a big theme as this game goes on, but also as this series goes on. And if you're Barrie, just keep on getting on base, keep putting together good ABs, because you got to compete with this Toronto offense.
This game is far from over.
Absolutely.
Far from over. Burns is at the plate. Anderson's on deck. This is a big out coming up here from Eric Deska. He hits one on the ground. Gobbled up by Jordan Castaldo. Steps on first, and that's going to do it for the top of the third. The Barrie Baycats add 1 more run, but still trail the Toronto Maple Leafs 7-4 from Thomas West and Jackson Farrow. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. Dan Mara, the shortstop, leading off. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrow. Leafs leading this one by 3, 7-4. We're in the bottom of the third inning. As it usually is here at Christie Pitts, another run-scoring affair. A couple of home runs already for the Toronto Maple Leafs. First, it was Marcus Connect hitting a towering shot to left field, and then Dan Mara pulled one out of the ballpark. A long home run to right. Pitch is low and outside.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Matt Hiscox in the chat. Appreciate you joining us, Majors photographer. Works super hard to make that content quality all around the IBL. We really appreciate his work. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Matt.
Pitch is just outside to Mara. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dan Mara. Grider delivers. That one's outside once again. Grider's in his rookie season. And boy, what a year he's had. He's been an integral part of this team. Here's a ball hit on the ground. Shortstop's going to have to make a great play. Long throw to first. Oh boy, what a play by Burns.
What a play from Carson Burns, ranging all the way to his right in the hole. Fields it cleanly, is able to deliver a wonderful throw on target and in time to get the leadoff hitter out. That's a big out for Grider, a guy who needs every out he can get right now. It's been a tough couple innings for him. Already 7 runs allowed. And it's a great start to the inning for the Baycats.
Grant Tamane's the batter. Hasn't played a ton lately for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Came in to play third base last time the Maple Leafs were here at Christie Pitts. Now he lines a little soft floater to second base, I should say. Andu is there. 2 away.
Yeah, very quick start to this inning for Grider and the Baycats. I think much welcome for Barry. It's been a tough start pitching-wise, and Toronto's done a fantastic job taking advantage of whatever they can and really capitalizing on opportunities. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning, for those of you wondering. And it's already a 7-4 game. Welcome to Christie Pitts.
There's something you'll only see in Toronto, yes. They'll just run by us with a disco bike.
Lewis came into this game 5 for 9 in the playoffs. It's been fantastic, and he carried over his success from the end of the regular season, brought it into the playoffs. And for a guy who's been admired for his defense, his batting is just a bonus.
Well, if you're getting that kind of production from your number 9 hitter, you're in a really good spot.
Yeah.
That's one of the many reasons that Toronto's had such a high octane offense. Not just this postseason, but all year long. Set the table like that as he did in the second, and it ended up working as he came around to score on a Justin Mara 2-run shot.
Grider kicks, steals, pitch is swung on and missed. 2 strikes now on Connor Lewis.
Yeah, 2-2 count now, and it'll be interesting to see what they go to here. Grider would really, really love to get this out and just move it along. Lewis obviously trying to reach any way he can, trying to put together a good AB.
Pitch is fouled off.
And he's going to continue to battle. So if you're Grider here, maybe now you mix up, you go to the off speed potentially. Here trying to change his sight lines perhaps. That looked to be a fastball. And we'll see what he gets here, 2-2.
2-strike count. Grider looks in. Swinging a foul off. It's hard not to recognize what's happening next door with the Toronto Blue Jays. The other baseball team here in Toronto. Boy, oh boy, are they ever having a great stretch. And I saw a stat the other day on Sportsnet with all the Blue Jays that have an OPS, or a slugging percentage, I should say, over 1,000. And if you're not familiar with stats, a slugging percentage over 1,000 is really something. Takes into account the total bases. The Toronto Maple Leafs in the regular season had 4 players with a slugging percentage over 1,000. Garrett Takamatsu, Sean Riley, Justin Mara, Marcus Connect. No other team had more than 2.
You can feel the buzz in this city, Thomas, from the Jays and how it kind of translates to, even IBL baseball in the city. Great energy tonight at the park. And part of that is just the influence that the Jays have had on this city recently.
Low ball 4. The speedy Connor Lewis is on deck with 2, or at first base with 2 away.
Yep, so 2 walks on the night now for Lewis in the number 9 spot. That's exactly what you want from your number 9 hitter, just getting on base and giving the top of the lineup a chance to hit with a runner on. And that music you might have heard in the background a couple minutes ago was actually a disco bike that rode past us. Certainly an interesting sequence unfolded behind us. I wish we could have had a camera on that. I've never seen a disco bike before. Thomas, have you?
I didn't look behind me. You should have tapped me on the shoulder. Swing and a miss by Jordan Castaldo. Strike 1. there's a lot of cool stuff that goes on around here. It's a nice neighborhood around the Christie Pits. As here's a ball driven to left field, hit pretty well. It's gone. Home run, Jordan Castaldo. 9-4, Toronto Maple Leafs as Castaldo pops one the other way.
The third home run of the ball game for the Leafs in as many innings. Really opening things up here. 5-run lead now, but hey, no lead is safe in this ballpark. You got to keep on adding to that lead. And boy, this crowd was fired up for that one.
Yeah, the team in those baby blue uniforms hits a lot of home runs. Blew the league away in terms of hitting home runs this year. Had, I believe, the top 3 or 4 in the home run race, led by the guy at the plate right now, Justin Mara. He had 13.
Mara 2 for 2 on the night with a double and a 2-run shot in the second.
Mara takes one right down the middle for a strike. I wanted to get back. It's the fans here in Toronto are awesome. The things that go on around the neighborhood, really cool to see all these passionate fans come and bring their blankets, sit on the hillside. Pitches in there for a strike to Justin Mara. But I think one of the most interesting things I find here, and it's not a ballpark that's, like what you have in London or anything like that. It's, it's your traditional ballpark, free admission here for the Toronto Maple Leafs as that pitch is inside. But the most interesting thing is seeing where all the foul balls end up.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
I've seen balls hit the second deck of apartment buildings. You see them go across the road, and you hope it's a red light. Hits the intersection. Pitch is low and outside. But the most incredible thing was the other day when I saw one go straight through the window of a taxi.
No one inside?
Oh, no, there was someone inside. The windows were open, though, and it went right through. Boy, oh boy, was that driver ever surprised.
Wow, no kidding.
Pitch is low, 3-2. Good at bat here from Justin Mara.
Yeah, you definitely thank your lucky stars if the ball comes all the way through the window, it doesn't touch anything. Dodged a bullet, or I guess dodged a ball in that circumstance.
Pitch is low and outside. Good take by Justin Mara. He's on base, claps his hands as the Toronto Maple Leafs look to keep going what they've started with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. It's still 9-4 Toronto Maple Leafs, and we're getting a visit from the mound.
Well, and this just highlights the importance of that Connor Lewis walk with 2 out. To get on base, he grinded out the AB, grounded out a walk, and that's going to be the day for Andrew Grider here.
We get a pitching change, and we'll take a short break and get back to the pitcher on the mound from Thomas West and Jackson Farrow. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
The designated hitter.
Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leaf Baseball on YouTube. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrow, and it's the Pefferlaw, Ontario native, Christian Mullen, pitching for now for the Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, hasn't pitched too much this season, but put up a 6.07 ERA, started a game, appeared in 5, and threw 13 and a third innings, 17 strikeouts, and just 6 walks. And, you know, he had a couple nice outings. In fact, in Kitchener, August 15th, 3 and a third innings pitched, no earned runs, 3 Ks, a walk, and a hit, an 8-3 win against the Panthers. His last outing was on September 2nd, hosting Brantford. Didn't go too well for him. He pitched 4, 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, and a walk.
Now, welcome to the game, Christian Mullen. Here's Sean Riley.
Yeah, not exactly easing him in, but that's what happens when you're a pitcher facing this Toronto Maple Leafs lineup. And the final line for Andrew Grider, 2 2/3 pitch, 9 hits, 9 runs as of now. Of course, the runner at first is still his. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts.
Pitch is in there for a strike. Sean Riley shakes his head, didn't like it. Watching Sean Riley play this year has been one of the most incredible things I've seen in baseball. The raw power that he has, his ability to put the bat on the ball, and his dedication to baseball as well. Still playing at 44 years old. He's a firefighter in Guelph. Comes all the way to Toronto. Obviously, Guelph didn't play this year. They got him in the dispersal draft. What a pickup, by the way. Led the team in average, led the entire league in average. Facing the righty Mullen. Takes a pitch outside.
You know, that's the thing for me, Tom, is the longevity, along with the incredible talent. But you can tell the work ethic is there. And, you know, that commitment to his craft is just so admirable. IBL legend, of course. You know, the best hitter this league has seen in terms of his tenure here. I mean, he's been playing in this league longer than we've been alive, Thomas, for reference.
Yeah. Pitch is hit on the ground. Is this one going to sneak through? No. Great play at shortstop and safe at second. Andu wasn't on the bag. Burns made a great play ranging to his left. Flipped to Andu, but beating it down to second base was Justin Mara.
Yeah, and listen, that was a great job by Burns to get to that one and just flips it. Just such a bang play there at the bag, and Mara was able to just slide in there in time and keep this inning alive once again. Remember, first 2 hitters in this inning were both out.
Yeah.
It came down to a Connor Lewis walk in a full count.
Connor Lewis walk, a bunch of hits, an opposite field home run by Jordan Castaldo, a pitching change, now an infield single, and here's Garrett Takamatsu. Looking to keep the line going, facing Mullen. The pitch is outside.
Thomas, if I told you that Sean Riley would go 1 for 3, and yet the team would still put up 9 runs and 10 hits, I mean, that's... If I told Barrie that, they'd be pretty content with the first part. The fact that they limited Riley to going 1 for 3 to start off the game, but yet they're still down by 5.
You told me he went 1 for 3. I'd say, how many walks did he have? That ball was fouled off. A valiant effort down the line by Infante, but he couldn't quite get there at first base. Takamatsu's in a 2-strike hole. Almost incredible to think that Sean Riley was drafted 800th overall as a tall, lanky pitcher to the Minnesota Twins. Certainly isn't tall or lanky or a pitcher now.
No, very different career trajectory than maybe he had thought at one point.
Takamatsu battling 1 and 2 the count. Mullen the pitch. Just outside. Mullen has come in, given up a leadoff or a infield single to the first batter he faced, Sean Riley. Runner at second is Justin Mara. Medium speed at second base should Garrett Takamatsu find outfield grass. The 1-2. Low and outside.
Yeah, very tough situation to answer if you're Mullen here. And hasn't entirely done an awful job so far, and looking to get out of it again, just needs the 1 out.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Garrett Takamatsu. Mullen gets out of it, and a nice job by him. Gets Barry out of a jam, but the Toronto Maple Leafs put up 2. They lead 9-4 over the Barrie Baycats from Thomas West and Jackson Farrell. We'll be right back in the top of the 4th. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. Merrick Deska still on the mound, facing James Anderson, Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrell. Top of the 4th inning, it's 9-4 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nowhere close to being over, though. A lot of runs scored in this game. Merrick Deska still on the mound. He's given up 5, but he's throwing strikes, and that's what's important for the Toronto Maple Leafs right now with the high-powered offense that they have. The pitch is outside.
Anderson hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. Catcher tonight hitting number 8 in this Barrie order. It's going to be 8-9-1 coming up here in this inning for the Baycats as they look to answer another 2-run inning for the Leafs. They scored 5 in the 1st and then 2 in both the 2nd and the 3rd as that one's fouled out of play.
James Anderson didn't start either of the games versus the Welland Jackfish for the Barrie Baycats. He's getting his first action in the playoffs, so his first action in the IBL playoffs as well tonight. Hit .233 on the year. 22 games, 73 at-bats. 2-2 the count on Anderson. Here's the pitch, fouled back.
That one was fouled back, and so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now, the leadoff hitter in this inning. And obviously, like I said, Thomas, a big inning here for Barrie as they look to respond.
Pitch, swing and a drive, hit in the air. Left center field, that one's going to get down. Connor Lewis retrieves it in the deepest part of the ballpark and rips it back in. A leadoff double by Anderson. He smoked that ball.
Yeah, that thing was tatted to left center. Great hit there. And that's exactly what the Baycats need, some of those big hits like that. That went right to the wall. And I think if you're a speedy hitter in that situation, you might even be thinking 3 bases. But obviously, a great start to this inning for the Baycats, already putting a runner in scoring position with nobody out for the number 9 hitter. And if they can turn this thing over, have a chance to put up a big and important inning here now in the 4th. And like we talked about a million times already in this broadcast, Thomas, this first game is super important in this series.
Down by 5 with the top of the order coming up after this batter you're happy to cruise into second base with a double.
Absolutely.
Keeping the double play out of order for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They just need base runners at this point.
Yep, and keep working Deska's pitch count up. That's the thought process. Keep putting together good ABs if you're Barry here.
Ball is fouled back. We mentioned before that the ball wasn't flying out of the ballpark. Well, it is, but it's not carrying.
No.
It's not carrying tonight. It's a rather cool night. Last time we were here at Dominico Field, you did see the ball flying out of the ballpark. Everything in the air was drifting over the wall. Tonight, totally different case, and we don't have that wind blowing out to center field this time. It's pretty calm.
And that was it. There were fly balls that looked to be, easily in play, and yet they were somehow sailing out. This time, bit of a different story. In order to get one out, you've really got to hit it. Not going to get much help from the wind or the weather in this one.
It just swung on a miss. Strike three. Deska with a strikeout, one away.
Huge strikeout there for Deska, of course. After allowing the leadoff double, the last thing you want to do is, issue a walk or allow LeBlanc to reach, get a hit, potentially score that run. You get a situation where, yes, you've still got a runner in scoring position with top of the lineup coming up, but at least you do have that one out.
And now the dangerous part of the order comes up. So this is a challenge for the righty Deska facing the lefty Wilson. Pitch is just outside. The Leafs will likely go with Deska as long as they can. As we mentioned, it's game one of a 3-game series. That being said, the next game's on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So there is quite a few days of rest. So maybe that affects how the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Barrie Baycats decide to use their bullpen. But either way, you want to save your pitchers as much as you can.
Absolutely. You want that bullpen to be as fresh as you can possibly have it. But like you said, Thomas, they will have some time in between. The bullpen considerations won't be as big of a theme. But obviously, you want to keep Deska going as long as you can. If for anything, if you do advance, you want your number one starter to have confidence heading into the next series or into his next out.
Ground ball, tough play for Dekamatsu. Snares it on a hop and throws to first to get the speedy Jake Wilson. Runner does advance to third, but there's 2 away now.
Another fantastic play at second from Garrett Takamatsu. He's been fantastic with the glove in this contest, sliding to his left and able to snag that, turn and fire, all with Jake Wilson, one of the fastest hitters in this Barrie lineup, on his way to first, and they're able to get him in time. Big favor for his pitcher there. And yes, with a runner at third, but 2 out, certainly a chance for Deska to put up another 0.
Now you bring up the righty, Roy Sandu facing Deska. First pitch fouled off. Deska just continues to pound the strike zone. And it's interesting. You talk a lot and you see a lot in the major leagues when you're watching the Jays games potentially. They talk a lot about, getting the second and third, fourth time through the lineup. Deska was bad the first time through the lineup. It's gotten better since then. Yeah,
he's really settled in, done a very effective job. Again, he's been finding the zone, as we see another strike swinging there. He's been finding the zone the whole game. But now he's just getting more outs. And a lot of those balls that were being put in play weren't going, anywhere close to Leafs defenders. Now that's changing a little bit. And he's also done a good job of managing the situation. When he does allow a base runner, he's able to escape, as he wasn't able to do in the first.
Pitch ripped foul once again. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Marek Deska is looking to get out of the inning. He's got a runner on third base. 9-4 for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Barrie Baycats. We're in game 1 of this series versus the Baycats.
It would be huge if Barrie gets a leadoff double and Deska and the Leafs are able to keep him from scoring. And if you're Barrie, you really, really want to get that run home.
Strike 3 called outside corner. Mara knew it. The Leafs were already walking off the field. A slight protest from the batter, Roy Sandu, but the Leafs are out of it without any damage. 9-4, Toronto Maple Leafs from Thomas West and Jackson Farrow. We'll be right back.